We are exactly midway to the program. 3 weeks, we are forming a habit because we regularly do this. In 3 weeks, that brain neural circuit, because we repeat it 20 times, it is, and it should be a lot easier for anyone to observe the breath again. When there is a distraction, just closing eyes, meditation, immediately our attention goes to the breath. That's a victory. Because then anytime, anywhere, we can actually take our attention to the breath. And then when you are in the breath, automatically we have to become slowly empty. Right? That's the process. So we congratulate ourselves and all the leaders, the past participants who've been practicing together by your great support in enhancing the quality of meditation for everybody by being part of it and inspiring. Thank you for all of that. Today is business leader segment to learn from leaders. So we will listen into the experiences of meditation experience of Dr. NC sir and Sri SK Ghai sir. They've been practicing quite and have been great proponents of meditation because truly benefits. We're listening to their experiences. Talking about the manifestations, one of the questions that gets asked regularly is about, should I even do this? Because I've not done in my life. Or many practices have said that this is like going back into materiality. Don't shun away any desire. Don't don't fall into the trap of materiality. So why are we doing it? It is like a desire. They're asking us to actually manifest things. Desire by itself, if there's no desire, then there's no life experience. When we understand there's a law of infinity, and then we are here to experience life, and so we all here seeking an experience of life. So desire by itself, if it's not there, then there's no experience because everything starts with that. Attachment to the desire is a challenge. Attachment to the result is a challenge. Excessive desire is a challenge. Attachment to the result is a challenge. Thinking that that is real, and hence I continue on it, is excessive desire. Attachment that, okay, I'm looking for it, it didn't come, so then obviously we have this disillusionment about it. So we have two stages of evolution. One is where we did not know about meditation or this understanding that there is a dual nature, the non-dual nature. The only thing we knew was the dual nature, that this life is it, this body is it, my children are it, my current position is it, whatever that I'm earning, this is it. There's nothing more beyond. And what I've got, my assets, my properties, my cars, these are all real stuff. It's permanent. And so when we are in that understanding, which is before meditation or the larger understanding, we might know with knowledge, but we don't have an experiential knowledge. We haven't even understood what is this non-dual nature of reality, which is what we experience every day in meditation. understand there's something larger. When you get experientially this understanding, which means one has to go through meditation process to experience it, to truly, truly embrace it. That what I'm experiencing outer world is impermanent, but however, it is there to experience my power, my to know more about myself. So we when we didn't have that understanding, so before meditation, after meditation. So before meditation, when no one had that understanding, then if people are only thing they know is that okay, what I've got, my position is important. So you go to any extent to hold on to the position because that you think is real. And so for those who did not understand, one of the reasons maybe why many doctrines or many things, a lot of it is distorted. Doctrines have been told that okay, you don't have a desire. Trishna is the suffering. Trishna is an excessive desire. Trishna is not the cause for suffering. Excessive desire is the cause for suffering. Thinking that it is real, and then attachment to the result is the cause for suffering. Now, in meditation, once we understand it, that what we are experiencing is just one experience, and then there are so many more. We move one after the other, but for the experience of life. And then truly understand, that's very important, surrender and accept what comes, because our today is created by the yesterdays. Rather than blaming somebody or something, recognizing that it is my creation, so taking responsibilities, then there is no question of attachment and grievance if the thing did not come into our life. Because we truly operate from the position of that consciousness. When we recognize and fully understand that we are 99.99% energy, that means we are becoming one with everything, then who will create for us? We have to create for ourselves. Nobody else would have given it to us. So when we have this larger understanding, then we recognize that there's infinity of experience that we can do, and then whether it is in the non-dual nature of being in that emptiness and then explore the infinite realms in meditations, or we come back into this dual nature in these wakeful states and then explore it in infinity, because there is infinite ways of creation, right? Nature itself demonstrates that there are, it's abundant. It is just so many ways this keeps springing up. So there's no limit to how nature reproduces itself. So why should there be a limit to what we reproduce? Because we are part of the nature. So this notion that I should not have desires, I should just shun them, I should only do only the lofty things in life. In an evolution cycle, if I'm not happy, how can I keep anybody happy? If I've been suppressed throughout my life, saying that don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, can I be happy? They'll just be compromising in everything. So if I'm not happy, then how can I even give that happiness to people around? Is it really possible? It'll be superficial. So happiness comes when we are satisfied with, if the heart has to be satisfied, that means whatever there are this, our desires inside. Now, this is where meditation helps us to slowly drop the mind, because the mind, you're listening to the mind or listening to the heart. We learn some of it when you're understanding the purpose of life. If we keep listening to the mind, which is only projecting itself independently as an ego self. I am an ego self, and then each one has an ego self, so that it has an identity, so that it can experience life in a beautiful way. But then we keep projecting that and then try to carry on by completely forgetting about the non-dual nature, which is that heart. So we keep only listen to that, and then so then we have a problem where we start listening to people around us. We start managing people, we start managing situations, and so we start comparing with others and say, okay, they have it, I have it. So these are the challenges. So meditation is giving us total clarity of why am I doing what I'm doing for. And when we are approaching it from that portal, there isn't a limit to what we want to experience. And slowly, slowly, as we are meditating, our desires slowly will move to the needs, and then our needs will slowly move to the others' needs. This is God, this is a process. It has to happen. It will happen. Initially, work on our desires. Slowly, slowly, we move towards and say, I have got this bigger satisfaction. So you'll only move to the needs. Your needs have to be met. Roti, kapada, makan will have to be met. Other things, you already satisfied yourself. So, and then once the roti, kapda, makan is there, then we are really thinking about now, we recognize that, okay, my happiness is in being with existence, becoming one with everybody. So that's where we move into the service. And then as we move into that phases, then what we get is others' needs. We don't even bother about our needs because they'll be met automatically. Like Patriji, he does not bother about his needs, they're met automatically. Somebody gives him dresses, somebody gives him a place to stay, somebody gives him food. He doesn't have a home, he doesn't have anything. No bank accounts, no nothing. So the needs are met, others' needs are met through you. So we get what others need through us. So move to that state. So different, but it is an evolution cycle. But when we understand fully that whatever we're experiencing is not real, and then it is for an experience merely, we are mere actors. World is a stage, we are mere actors, we come here and we depart. From Shakespeare. So it's like that. So we recognize it. So meditation is helping us understand the impermanence nature of things. And so helping us understand to not attach itself, not, and then by listening to our heart, we're not getting carried away with that excessive desire, which is that law of diminishing returns. Whatever you keep wanting again and again, then slowly, slowly the return on happiness is less, right? If we experience, if we build a house, a second house, a third house, you're not going to enjoy the process. We know that. But then we still continue to push, push, push and say, I need more, because then we're carried away with the mind. Where we didn't understand that it is impermanent, and there is no point wasting our time just accumulating something more which doesn't give us happiness. We'll truly get to that position where we don't hold on to any more of those. But we'll enjoy it, then we'll move on to the next one. So, dear friends, when we understand this concept, then there is no limit to what we want to experience. Absolutely nothing wrong in what we're experiencing. So let's go into mindfulness meditation again, which is helping us constantly give us clarity, which is helping us constantly recognize that we have two modes of life. One in the wakeful state to completely enjoy this material reality, another the dream and then transcendental meditative state where there is a much bigger world to experience and enjoy, impermanent. So we switch between these two states, become observer, observed, observer, observed. We do all the time these when this state. So relax yourself, and we're going to do this being manifestation. We're going to continue to manifest. So we will go through the process of heart elevation, breath mindfulness meditation, and then we move into manifesting, visualizing with our goal, affirming the goal, affirming empowering beliefs, and then dream about every bit of the new future. And then we express gratitude and come out. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. Those of you who are new, we are doing breath mindfulness meditation and observing a normal natural breath. With your eyes closed, remove the specs, fingers into fingers. Keep your hands in your, rest your hands in your lap. Cross your feet. Observe your normal natural breath. And when you observe the breath, mind becomes empty. Our goal is to empty the mind and merge with the emptiness that exists everywhere. And while observing the breath, we get distracted. And if we get distracted with thought, when you recognize, bring your attention back to the breath again. So that's a process called breath mindfulness meditation, emptying the mind meditation, anapanasati. Slowly observe the breath and become empty. All right, let's listen into our transformational stories, life experiences. Everything we are learning in these 40 days is individual experience of everybody. We are listening to the wisdom. Wisdom is experiential knowledge of every individual. It's not a theory. So I request Veena to invite to take Haisa.
Hello, everybody. Happy morning. Mr. S.K. Guy is the chairman of Sterling Publishers Private India Limited and the Sterling Group of Companies. He has been associated with the Institute of Book Publishing since its inception in 1985. He has been actively involved with the world of publishing for the last 60 years. The Federation of Indian Publishers conferred him the award for significant contribution to book promotions and publishing in 2001. He has served as a chairman of the Books, Publishing and Printing Panel of CAPEXIL, Ministry of Commerce, Government of India during 2008 to 2011. Mr. Guy is active in publishing forums nationally and internationally. He has visited and participated in many international book affairs. In 2009, he delivered the prestigious Bengal Book Publishing Lecture on Indian books and publishing services for the world market. Mr. Guy is a senior member of publishing bodies in India. He has served as an office bearer and is currently the executive committee of FPBAI. He is on the course Faculty of the National Book Trust India, an examiner in the postgraduate diploma course in publishing at University of Delhi, and a member of the expert committee of IGNOU. He is on the editorial board of Publishing Research Quarterly, New York since 2007. Mr. Guy has been practicing meditation with Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation for over past 6 months and is inspiring many people to join in. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Veenaji, for introducing me. Uh, in the last session, I also introduced myself. So today I'm going to share how I'm keeping myself happy, and the way to keep oneself is happy is not to compare. All the problem starts when you start comparing. When you don't compare, you are happy and you are contented. And once you are contented and do not compare, then you become happy. And my aim in life is to enjoy every day. I enjoy every day meeting people, learning from them, and the same way I am learning from this 6 weeks meditation program. Chandraji is such a great master. I'm not a master. I'm you can say, a follower. I am following. I'm trying to follow what he says. So, but I have learned many things once I have started doing meditation. Number one, what I have learned, or rather I have become, number one is vegetarian. Earlier I was taking fish, but not now, since I have joined the meditation. And secondly, meditation has keeping the mind silent. When you keep the mind silent, then you start introspecting. You go within yourself and then try to learn. And let me share with you that I am a learner. And the one thing which I have kept in mind is positive thoughts. You are what your thoughts are. And keeping positive thoughts keep you happy as well. And one more thing which I have learned and practicing is that I'm getting up early in the morning and try to join the program right at 6 a.m. It has brought regularity in my life, and I am really grateful to Buddha CEOs and especially Chandraji for inculcating these habits in me. Thank you very much. I'm grateful to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Becoming a vegetarian, we take a very core message out there. It is the pathway to an absolute and radiant health. Of course, among many, many things that we talked about, how it's helping everything and everybody, the planets and ourselves and animals. But it's great. It's a strong message. And disciplining the body, there is no, I mean, when we discipline the body, our willpower is increasing and regularity, as you mentioned. I think it's absolutely something that this particular program is giving us. That's the whole idea of making it a habit, whatever that we want to have. So thank you so much for that message. And no comparison is the best way. Compare with ourselves is a beautiful message to. That's it. If we actually stop doing any comparison, then we live a life constantly with that. One single thing we practice, and everything else will automatically come. And this message is like that. Don't compare.
Thank you, Chandraji.
Thank you, sir. Yes. Veena, can you introduce Dr. NC, sir?
Dr. N. Chidambaram, Professor of Medicine and Cardiologist, Advisor to Vice Chancellor Medical Affairs, former Dean, Faculty of Medicine, Annamalai University, Tamil Nadu, India. With over 31 years of service, Dr. N. Chidambaram has been awarded several honorary fellowships in India, London, and Canada, and has made academic visits abroad to several countries. Dr. Chidambaram has co-authored a book, Rationale of Drug of Choice, a comparative analysis. Dr. Chidambaram has 69 publications in high impact factor journals, which includes huge number of citations out of the international multicentric clinical trials and his own original research. He has also written articles in magazines and newspaper and has delivered a number of radio talks relating to health issues. In 2002, Dr. N. Chidambaram made a proposal and received a grant of 4 lakhs for a project called Tobacco Free Educational Institution, funded by World Health Organization on the recommendation of Government of India. Dr. Chidambaram has been associated with Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation and practicing breath mindfulness meditation for the past 4 months. I welcome you, sir.
Good morning to everybody. At the outset, I would like to address, first of all, the Grandmaster Patriji, from whom Mr. Chandra has become a second Grandmaster of this breath mindful meditation. It is benefiting huge number of people. I am sure in the coming years, his selfless service along with his family members, and of course supported by the backbone Banima and his team of staff. I'm sure millions of people are going to be benefited. I'm happy I'm one of the beneficiaries through introduction by Padma Shri Karthikeyan sir, from whom I received a Lifetime Achievement Award, which I am sharing with you in Delhi Tamil Sangam. This was done sometime in 2014. Although I met him in India Habitat Center 25 years ago, the acquaintance became much familiar after he started giving newsletters to me. I used to read the newsletters, and I was feeling small to reply to all his newsletters. Once I received the newsletter saying that there was going to be a workshop on one-day program, and I vividly remember that was about 15 days prior to 9th July 2020, where Corona was devastating the entire world. And this was the right time, I would say. I thought I will join this meditation program, and I heard from Chandraji that there's going to be a guided meditation program from July 9th onwards. So it's almost about 150 days, 5 months I've been meditating, 4 months of, rather 100 days of guided meditation and 50 days of own self-meditation. My pre-meditation scenario was little tough, in the sense I was undergoing stress due to setbacks in the family. In fact, a year ago, I lost my beloved wife, and I was feeling lonely. Naturally, as for everyone, the retired life, I superannuated in 2017, and I was re-employed by the government again to facilitate the services of the medical college and this hospital. It's a 1,400 bedded hospital to guide the people and the vice chancellor on medical affairs. So I'm also continuing now. And on the other front, I was also involved in the tough job of dealing with one of the major issues in the institution, a litigation which was going on for about 5.5 years. So that was also a stressful situation which I was coming across. And having been introduced into this program, third day itself I could understand the value of meditation. Unless you experience, you will not understand what it is. So within about 2 days, I could see the value of meditation and what is going to be in the next few days or few 40 days I'm going to gain. I thought I will join this program. I registered, and I was attending as Dr. Guy said. My personal life became highly systematic. I became a vegetarian because I was told by Patriji when he visited in this group. He said vegetarianism is the most important thing if you want to gain full benefits out of meditation. And of course, I was continuing meditation thoroughly. Promptly, I used to be in the group by 5:45 to 6 o'clock, which I have never done it in my life. Maybe in school days, I used to get up at 4 o'clock and study. during my professional MBBS course, it was a different scenario. 5 o'clock, I used to get up. So after that, it was, and since I was doing academic and administrative work for the past 30 years, it was a bit erratic. But post retirement, again it became erratic because anytime you can start up and go. It was something like that. And after the first session itself, I could find a lot of benefits. Number one, my life became systematic, and due to my stress in the family as well as in the service, I started having severe blood pressure. In fact, it was uncontrolled hypertension. We used to call it as sir will know, Dr. Patnasri Ramani sir will know, and other doctors here also will know the impact of severe uncontrolled hypertension. I was taking about 8 or 9 medications for the full control of full control of my blood pressure. After the end of first session itself, I could reduce the I thought I'll reduce the medication and see the blood pressure. And 1/3 of drug I reduced, and I'm taking only 2/3 of doses now. Although I changed the medication prescription a bit myself. Secondly, my heart rate used to be 110. It used to vary from 90 to 110, sometimes due to anxiety of getting the work done, getting the job finished in time. The heart rate became quite, and now the heart rate is about ranges from 76 to 80, which is quite acceptable. In fact, we accept the heart rate. Anything below 80 or 70 is quite acceptable. Similarly, I used to have wheezing attacks, that is bronchial asthma, seasonal attacks during winter season. That also became very much less. If you say it was 100%, it became almost 10%. 90% benefit I've, because some of you would know, medical doctors, it's a psychosomatic disease. And I know by meditation, psychosomatic diseases can be brought under control. So that was a great benefit, because you get asthmatic attacks middle of the night, and you don't have sleep at all after midnight. Classically, the attacks start at 2 o'clock, and it will last for about 2 hours until about 4 a.m. in the morning. That was my experience during seasons, especially winter seasons. Being the winter season, it totally disappeared, and I am totally free of asthma, and I could even get up early in the morning by 4 o'clock and have my bath, which I never had, because I used to be afraid of having bath during early morning. Now it is possible. Thirdly, with regard to the physical health, my HbA1c, I had an impaired glucose tolerance. You know, diabetes is becoming more and more prevalent in our country. The value was ranging from 6.5 to 7 earlier, but now it is 6. And my food habits become highly regular. I became a vegetarian, as I told you earlier. So that was another benefit with regard to the physical health. And on the side of psychosocial impact or benefits, I am quietened to a large extent with a good peer relationship, handling people. The most important benefit, I would say, I was appointed as the leader of the clinical management for the district of Kadalur in Tamil Nadu. Between 15th September, the pre-meditation, during the meditation which I was undergoing, that was at peak. Large phone calls, lot of phone calls from government side, from the public side, from the hospital side, from patient side. So I was undergoing a lot of stress. We had about 300 patients in our hospital, and I was leading the team, not only the treatment part, but also the logistic part. I could handle it very well without any hassle. And every advice from my side was taken up by the district administration, and through the district administration, it was passed on to the state level, state health officials, and we could get a lot of equipments to our hospital, which even corporate hospitals could not have. So within about 15 days, I could bring everything under control, and there was a gross decline. It went to the peak of 300 patients, and the ICU was flooded with cases. There was no bed at all. Whereas in about 15 days' time, I could bring everything under control. Of course, not me, with our team. With our team staff, I could bring everything under control. And the cases now has reduced, and Kadalur being one of the hot spots of 5 districts of 32 districts in Tamil Nadu, now the cases in ICU, out of 23 beds, we got only 4 cases. That was another benefit I could say. I would like to share because of the excellent perception, or rather power, empowerment which I had out of meditation. Apart from this, I had another big problem, in the sense I had met with an accident about 3 years ago, which has resulted in a cervical disc prolapse. Again, the medical doctors will know the impact of disc prolapse. It can even lead to quadriparesis. Fortunately, it was posterior disc prolapse, so I did not have any paralysis of any paresis or paralysis of any limbs. Quadriparesis means paralysis of all four limbs. That is, the power of all limbs can go down. If you travel, especially people you must have seen people using neck collars, traction, etc. I was undergoing physiotherapy. Physiotherapy could offer benefit only to about 75%. I was planning to undergo a surgery after this corona thing, corona issue is over. because two of my friends have undergone discectomy, which relieved pain and paralysis. I was having severe neck pain and intermittent electric shock like sensation in my right limb that totally disappeared, which was amazing. So these are the physical, social, personal, and other help which meditation has given me, and I'm thankful to Mr. Chandraji, and especially I've already made my mentor, Dr. Karthikeyan ji, as my guru, and he is advising me all the time. So, in the interest of time, I would also like to cut short, and I'm very, very thankful not only for this, but also by this I got introduced to great Jambavans like Padma Shri R.V. Ramani sir, Dr. S.V.B. sir, and many others. Many others. I am sorry if I have not mentioned any other person, Mrs. Vanima, and other teams masters, and I have become acquainted with this wide group, and I never feel loneliness. I feel I'm interacting with a large number of people. I'm seeing the interaction, although I'm not interacting, but I'm seeing the interaction with a large number of people. About 500 people are interacting every day. That itself is a great experience and gives a mental satisfaction to all of us. And I wish the program is taken up globally, and I request Dr. D.R. Kesar, who sowed the seed, now has become a very big forest. Forest in the sense, not in the real sense, but in terms of trees, which he has planted about 1 lakh trees, I believe, in his career. Which goes as a single person, if he has done, if we could do it after his retirement, 1 lakh trees, you can imagine how much of courage and faith he must have had, and love for the plants life, not only for the human beings, but also love for the plants. So with this, I would like to conclude by thanking again Chandra and his team. And I wish, again, in one of the sessions, I requested people to donate liberally to the foundation so that it can grow well. With this, in the interest of time, I conclude. I will share more experience in future also. Thank you very much. I'll be with you forever, Chandra. And thank you very much for the opportunity given to me. Thank you.
Thank you, NC sir. That's so humbly, wonderfully put. Narrating benefits one after the other, I think, is really reassuring for many people, particularly as when the manifestation week, that any health condition can be healed. And I'm so glad that whatever that caused due to this accident, and you say that it is all gone, so perhaps you don't need any surgery. There's nothing more satisfying for you to not have any foreign bodies into the body, right? So that's great, sir. And we deeply thank you for your help on the research that you've taken up so actively and then guiding our team. And something great has to come out of it, and I'm very, very sure about it. And as we go along, I'm sure we'll take further update, and you have it maybe in the next season. Then we'll take it. And I request our leaders for the businesses, very successful, established, but very kind-hearted S.V. Balasubramanian sir to give his concluding comments on this program for today.
Thank you, Chandra. My greetings from regards to two stalwarts who had given their experience, Mr. Guy as well as Dr. Chidambaram. Mr. Guy has clearly said meditation is giving him positive thoughts and ultimately happiness is life. Mr. Dr. Chidambaram has made it very clear. You can heal yourself. I think he is a perfect example of various diseases that he had. He has been able to, going through the meditation, heal himself. I think you can make it as a block in Buddha CEO Foundation, because a senior doctor who had undergone so many problems in his life, by just undergoing the meditation, he has been able to heal himself. One thing, both have become vegetarian. That is a very important part. Secondly, so far as Dr. Chidambaram, he said his life has become systematic because his BP has come down, his wheezing has come down, he is able to reduce his diabetic, HbA1c is only 6, and in addition to this, socially, he has been able to help his university. You know, Anna University, I know, it is one of the best universities those days. After that, it has undergone some problems. Thereafter, I think, again, it is gaining momentum, wherein Dr. Chidambaram's, involvement has not only helped the patient, but also able to get, equipments and other facilities from government in a bigger way. And I think something is a great example to prove to the people that meditation can heal himself. He need not go in for real medication. Meditation itself is the meditation itself is the medication. And I used to thank both of them for sharing their rich experience because of going through this meditation. And all these credits should, as they rightly said, go to Mr. TRK, and ultimately it is Mr. Chandra and Vaniamma who has been able to organize this CEO Foundation meditation course, and all of us participants. On their behalf, I want to thank you both. Thank you, Mr. Chandra.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful summation and emphasizing the importance of the natural benefit of meditation. It's great to have you yourself has been a great source of support. That one tree to forest, we know that many are able to benefit to your continued insistent giving importance to this aspect of this technology. Thank you so much, sir.
Good morning to everybody. Yes, I've been silently enjoying what's happening, hearing one more beautiful day of meditation. And all the three great masters who spoke just before me, I'm very happy to say that on my writing to them, they joined. Just having total trust in what I said, this is program which is something very interesting. The meditation process is very simple but effective. That much of faith, all the three are busy bodies. They joined, how they have become the much stronger promoters of meditation now. Well, why I'm telling, I can see his change in the last few months' time. He's an amazing person. Dr. Chidambaram has elaborately explained everything that happened to him and how he is benefited in every possible way. And they are beautifully summed up by Dr. SVB. Thanks to him, the whole of Coimbatore, Kungunadu is following it now. I think the impact of what they have said should be maintained. If anything more I say, it will dilute the impact of hearing these three masters. Well done, Chandra. God bless you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. With your as mentor, so we're going to take detailed message from Karthikeya sir from his life. Tomorrow we are doing a monthly connect, And so we'll take as a mentor for the Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation. We'll learn more about the organization and take his message of where and how we can take this forward. And thank you so much, Karthikeyan sir, for all your support and help, dear friends. We'll meet back tomorrow again. Tomorrow, being it coincides with a monthly reconnect, so we have a 2-hour session instead of 1 hour. So formally, it'll end at 8 a.m., 6 to 8 a.m. We'll still do a good long meditation, and we understand more about the activities that we are doing and then how we plan to go forward. And so it's great to have, along with you, there'll be past participants, some of them will also join, so we'll have a nice group meditation. Thank you all.
Mr. Chandra, whether there is one Mr. Valliyappa from Salem is there? He's the chairman of Sona College of Engineering and also industrialist in textile. One Mr. Valliyappa is there?
There's
Namaskar, Mr. Chandra. I am also from Bangalore. Though I run a college at Salem, I am at Bangalore. And Balu is my good friend. He has introduced me to this meditation. I am regularly doing it in the morning, getting up in the early morning, and then I am doing it. I am thankful to Mr. Balu first. And then really, Chandra, we are also having a IT company called V Technologies. And we have office at US also. My son is looking after. And I will share my experiences a little later. Thank you for training us here.
wonderful, sir. Thank you. It's most certainly here than your experiences in the main segment one of the days. Then it's great. Thank you, SV sir, for introducing. We didn't until you tell. Of course, we don't know.
He is also a big, textile mill owner also.
Not now.
He has got coffee estates, I think, in Coorg. Am I correct?
Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you.
Yes,
And more than that, I have friends like Balu. That is my asset.
that's true. Always, sir. Always.
Namaskar. I will meet you sometime here in Bangalore.
Okay, you are in Bangalore, sir. I see.
Yes, yes, I am in Bangalore. I'm nearer to Pyramid Valley. I have an industry also.
Okay. Most certainly, sir. It'll be great to meet you here.
Sure. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you.
Thank you, SVB sir. Thanks for that introduction. That's great. We will certainly hear with another business leader. It's a very successful business leader of how meditation can help and inspire us. Thank you all. We'll meet back tomorrow again at the same time. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chandra,
Thank you.
for giving an opportunity.
Thank you, NC sir. I mean, yes, thank you, NC sir. Thank you, guys, for taking time to actually share with all of us. Thank you. And just treat it as a
It's
family.
our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
It is our pleasure. If at least one of them follow our principles, I think it will be great.
Yes, sir. This will be inspiration to many, many people. Why one? Many. Thank you.
This is what we used to say in the class lectures. The first beneficiary is the lecturer, and even if one student is benefited, there'll be so many students out of him who will be benefited in future. No, see, that's what we used to say.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.